Okay, I'm going to make a Boston bun. Who doesn't like a Boston bun? So making bread in the Thermomix is pretty cool. I'm just going to clean this out. I had made the fruity dream. Alright, making a Boston bun in the Thermomix. Okay, the first thing we need to do is add 280 grams of lukewarm water, which I put in here, and my scales are telling me when to stop. 280 grams. All right, once you've measured it, it actually will tick off for you as you go. So now it's telling me to put 5 teaspoons of dried yeast. So I'm going to get that. Now it doesn't know weight of teaspoons, because if you have a teaspoon of lead, that weighs different to a teaspoon of feathers. So we're going to put those in. So here we tick it off. Now it's saying to put 560 grams of baker's flour. Okay, so here, 560 grams is what we need. There we have 560 grams of baker's flour. Now it says to put a teaspoon of sea salt in here, but I use flakes, so I'm going to put a heaped teaspoon of flakes. Once again, feathers, lead, so we're going to do that. And I've got 2 teaspoons here of milk powder, so that's going in. It's going to help enrich our dough. 2 teaspoons of bread improver. Now I'm just marking these off as I go, because as I say, it doesn't tick them off if you're doing teaspoons. 65 grams of caster sugar. This one will weigh for us, which is awesome. There we go, 65. And it's ticked off for us. And 45 grams of softened butter. Now, my butter isn't softened, so I'm going to give it a bit of a whiz, but I have cut it into small cubes. So, I leave my butter cut into small cubes in the fridge. Just makes it for quick and easy. There we go. All right, we're gonna go next. Now it's saying 40 seconds on speed 3. This is just to combine everything that's in here. Remove the lid, have a look and see what we've got. See, this is the dough. It should look like this. And now it's telling us to knead for 7 minutes. So we're just going to do that and I'll come back. Okay, so the next step is to weigh in the fruit. So what we're going to do is we'll weigh in the dried fruit into the top of the Thermomix, and then we're going to knead it just for a couple of minutes just to combine that dried fruit through the dough. As a rule, I would soak my fruit in hot water for a few minutes before adding it to my dough, but the recipe doesn't tell me to do this, so I'm just following the Cookidoo recipe at this stage. So what I'm doing is I've just tipped it all out onto the bench and I'm going to bring it together. Now this makes two Boston buns, so I'm just kneading it, getting it into a round and shaping it, and any excess fruit I'm just going to get it put underneath, or I'm just going to remove it. Now any fruit that's exposed will actually burn because I haven't soaked the fruit. If you soak the fruit first, it softens it and it's less likely to burn for you. So I'm just pulling out the ones that are exposed so I can get rid of those. And I'm going to put this aside for an hour. Now it's really warm in my kitchen today, so I'm only going to be probably putting it away for, I don't know, 3/4 of an hour, 30 minutes, 3/4 of an hour, but just keep an eye on it. I'm washing the Thermomix bowl using the dough cleaning mode at the moment. Now this particular recipe calls for the sensor. You don't have to use it, of course. If you don't have one, then that's fine, but I'm going to use it just so that you can see how it works. Now it says that you put the sensor into the dough, and once it reaches that 92 degrees, the Thermomix will tell you that it's ready. So here's my dough, and I've proved it, and my sensor is sticking out of the back one there. You can see it. And I'm going to pop this in the oven. Actually, I egg wash it first, but I'm sorry I didn't do the video of that. I did an egg wash over the top, and then I'm baking. Now while that's baking, I'm making the topping, so that beautiful icing that goes on top, my husband absolutely loves. So we've got some Kofa icing sugar and such, and we're going to put that in our Thermomix, and this makes the icing just like I bought one. It's really clever. So we're going to put that into our Thermomix and blitz that up. Once you've softened the mix, then you put the butterfly in to aerate it, and that gives that lovely fluffy soft texture. So we take the lid off and we pop the butterfly in and give it another mix. And ta-da! There you go, beautiful soft fluffy topping for our Boston bun. So we've spread that onto our Boston bun as neat as we can, and then we pop some of the coconut on. I'll show you how I do it. Okay, so let's put it on high speed here. I'm just putting the icing over the top of my Boston bun, and I've put the coconut into a deep shallow bowl, and I'm just going to pop the coconut on that way rather than sprinkling coconut all over my bench. I think this is the easiest way. So this is what it looks like when it's done, and now I'm going to put the Thermomix back into another cleaning mode so that I can wash out the icing. And that's it, lovely soft Boston bun all done, ready to go.